Moscow's music festival season kicked off over the weekend in the most traditional of ways, with rain, mud and happy punters. There are at least a dozen large-scale gatherings planned for this summer, something that the capital hasn't really seen before.
Primetime's Yulia Lubova spoke to some of those who are helping bring the music to Moscow.
Music festival season in Russia is officially open. Top of the bill was 2005 Mercury Prize winner Anthony and the Johnsons. The eccentric Englishman played at the Akhmat Tea Music Festival right in the heart of Moscow. And while the Hermitage Gardens are not so far from Muscovites, putting a show on the road is no easy task.
It's no secret that it's much harder to organise a festival in Russia, to bring in foreign artists. It costs more than in Europe, where there are no borders and where a band can get on a bus and perform in a new city every day. The distance makes it more difficult to come here.
But where there's a will, there is a way. Britpop darlings and regulars at Glastonbury I Am Clute were in Russia for the third time. And thirsty for good music revelers didn't shy away from the rain, with poor weather doing little to dampen the atmosphere.
This weekend, Marby marking Her Majesty's Diamond Jubilee, but it's not all about British sound, tea or the rain. The first weekend of the summer means that the festival season has got underway, and it has plenty on offer.
Ussadba Jazz Festival took over an historic Arkhangelskaya manor just outside of Moscow for the 9th year. Despite its notorious parking problems, the festival is easily on par with its European jazz counterparts in Paris and Rotterdam.
I think it's a wonderful festival. It's very large and it seems to have many different kinds of music, which is great. We've prepared a nice, wonderful set of jazz music, some traditional jazz, some that's a little bit on the funk side, and so we hope the audience will enjoy it. Yeah.
And eager fans were rewarded with 2 days of jazz delights from a truly international array of artists performing over 5 stages. Ussadba Jazz remains a very popular choice, and Russian festival goers are hungry for more. A Fisher Picnic started off as a small boutique festival, but has grown into one of the most important events in the music calendar in Russia.
There's a generation of people in Russia who are willing to spend money on good music. When we started Afisha 8 years ago, we couldn't even dream that lineups like these would be possible. This year it's very diverse, from pop maestro Mika to Franz Ferdinand, for example.
Not all festivals are boutique, however. Some are held away from the city, with camping over the weekend to bring revelers closer to nature. Forest Quest is a 3-day-long dance music fest set in gorgeous countryside. Here the party never really stops and music can be heard for miles.
It's not a commercial festival, but it is of a very high quality. Sound systems here are great and it's laid out creatively. Plus, because it's not overly promoted, there are no crowds but groups of friends on the same wavelength who have a very good time together.
Despite being relatively small and intimate, some of the finest DJs who've played at clubs and festivals across Russia and Europe spun their records here all night and all day long.
As with all good things in life, a party weekend does have to come to an end at some point. But there are plenty of festivals planned in Russia this summer to cater for the most demanding tastes, from electronic beats to rock heavyweights with mainstream family affairs thrown in between. It's enough to make you want to get to the dance floor.
Yulia Lubova, Primetime Russia, RT.